Hello everybody, it's Dr. Detroit here, the doctor is in. What you see behind me is actually the keyboard, or the buttons, if you will, that actually help run the world Jeopardy! In fact, in just a few moments, 3 contestants will be going for some big money, and hopefully they know their trivia, and hopefully they know some history. And this is going to be a lot of fun here on the second episode of the new series, Gameshow-O-Rama. This series is going to be whenever I host a game show. It could be anything. It could be Wheel of Fortune, could be Jeopardy, could be any sort of game that there is out there. But as long as I'm hosting, you'll get to see it. And now everybody sit back, relax, and enjoy Jeopardy!
From the Dark Wolf Game Show Studios, this is Jeopardy Redux. Here are tonight's contestants: Adorable Dalmation, Phoenix of Dusk, and Pup Cobalt. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy Redux, Dr. Detroit.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you very much. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're ready for a very interesting version here, because this is called Jeopardy Redo. What happened was that last week we tried to do this, but the game kept crashing on us. Tonight, you're all in for a real treat. However, you're going to be seeing it from a static camera, because unfortunately, our camera guy has suddenly taken ill. We have 3 great contestants right here: Dalmatian, Phoenix, and Pup Cobalt. They're all set and ready to go. So let's get right to the board. 1 daily double in this round, and the categories are as follows. We have U.S. landmarks, crossword clues, notice the P in quotation marks, followed by movies, potent potables, I have a feeling that's going to be a Saturday Night Live category, superstitions, and then finally 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, which I believe is going to be a interesting deal. Alright, so we did a toss backstage. Dalmatian, you're going to lead us off. So go ahead and select something and let's get underway.
Superstitions 100.
Superstitions 100. Answer there. Number of years of bad luck that comes from breaking a mirror. Okay, we were looking for 7. Did any... hold on a second. Were any of the buzzers unlocked?
Yeah, the buzzers were.
Okay, then that's
They
fine.
were, just no one answered.
Alright then.
Wait, hold on. Wait, I thought 7 was a lucky number. How can you get 7 years bad luck by breaking a mirror when 7's a lucky number?
Well, that's basically what how the question was worded. Dalmatian, select again.
Same category, 200.
Superstitions 200. Okay, here's the clue. The way a horseshoe's legs should point when it's hung for good luck. Phoenix.
What is opening up?
We'll accept that. It's up. Alright, you get to select, Phoenix.
Pardon me. I'll take movies for 100.
Movies for 100, and that is the Daily Double. Alright, you have $200. How much do you want to wager?
I just found out something. It's either player 1 or player 2. Every time a player 2 gets a category and a number, it always lands on Daily Double. Is that some sort of lucky thing?
I don't know, but anyway, Phoenix, you have $200 on you. How much of it would you like to wager?
I'm going double or nothing at this point.
Okay, so all of it. So here is the clue. This DreamWorks and Paramount film featured giant robot combat, human romance, and the Allspark. Anything?
What is the Iron Giant? I don't know.
No, we're looking for the Transformers. So you go down to 0, but you get to select again.
Let's do 100% on Rotten Tomatoes for 100, please.
Okay, 100. Okay, answer there. The first 2 installments of this Disney Pixar series hold a steady 100% rating. Phoenix.
What is Toy Story?
Correct. Select again.
Rotten Tomatoes 200, please.
Answer there. Scream Queen examined the behind-the-scenes productions of the second film of this horror franchise. Anybody on that one? We were looking for Nightmare on Elm Street. Phoenix, select again.
Movies 200, please.
Answer there. Among the executives working on Toy Story was this Apple co-founder and CEO. Okay, we were looking for Steve Jobs on that one. Phoenix, select again.
Let's try a different one. Let's do crossword clues P for 100, please.
Okay, answer there. It beats rock, but not scissors. 5 letters. Phoenix.
What is paper?
You got it. Select again.
I'm Canadian, so I'm going to not get this, but U.S. territory landmarks for 100, please.
U.S. landmarks for 200. Okay, answer there. It scrapes the
100.
sky at 5th Avenue and 34th Street, New York City. Proper Dalmatian or Phoenix? Dalmatian.
What is the Empire State Building?
Correct. Select again.
Crossword Cruise P for 200.
Answer there. Italian pie joint. 8 letters. Okay. I'm surprised none of you got that. We were looking for a pizzeria. Dalmatian, select again.
Bleh. I knew that. I knew there was something about that. The same category, 300.
Answer there. Crab claws. 7 letters. Phoenix.
What are pincers?
Correct. Select again.
I mean,
Movies for 300, please.
Movies for 300. Okay, here's the clue. Loosely based on William Steig's children's book, this animated film spawned many jokes about the title green character. Anybody? Thought Cobalt? Shrek is who we were looking for. Phoenix, select again.
Superstitions 300, please.
Answer there. What actors say on opening night instead of good luck? Phoenix.
What is break a leg?
this
Correct.
game is glitched, man.
Correct. However, let me double check something there. Prime, did Dalmatian's thing light up? Because I saw it light up
No,
before,
I
and
saw-
then it went to Phoenix.
No, I saw Phoenix's first.
Okay, then all right, then Phoenix, select again.
This is. I swear, this. You say you saw something else, but I say it's glitched.
Peppermint,
Well,
like I said,
it's
don't hate the player, hate the game.
right. Anyway, Phoenix, select again.
Rotten Tomatoes for 300, please.
Rotten Tomatoes for that. Answer there. Both the first film and the 3D remake of the second film, Judgment Day, hold a solid 100% on the site. Dalmatian.
What is the Terminator?
Correct. You're back on the board. Select again.
Me. 400. Same category.
400 Rotten Tomatoes. Here's the clue. The first short from Nick Park and Aardman, A Close Shave, involves this inventor and his trusty dog. Phoenix.
What is Wallace and Gromit?
Correct.
Are you
You're
fucking
back in
kidding me?
control.
The game is. I hate this game so fucking much.
Easy there, buddy. All right, Phoenix, select again.
U.S. landmarks for 200, please.
U.S. landmarks for 200. Okay, here's the clue. Named for the channel it spans, this California bridge is really orange. Bob, Dalmatian, Phoenix, anybody?
Oh, my freaking! I was buzzing, but my freaking Xbox went out. Damn it!
Okay, well, we were looking for the Golden Gate Bridge. So, Phoenix, select again.
Fucking name.
Crossword clues P for 400, please.
Okay, answer there. Square, rectangle, or
Top
rhombus?
left.
13 letters. Uh-oh. Phoenix.
What is a parallelogram?
Yes, that's correct. However, what we just seen right now is that Pup Cobalt seems to have vacated the premise. So let's see. What do we want to do? Do we want to hold Prime? Do we want to like cut to a commercial break and then come back and see if we get a third contestant?
I figured we would have done that about 10 minutes ago, but yeah, I think it's
All right,
our
then.
best bet.
All right, let's go ahead and do that. We'll take ourselves a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll possibly have a third contestant. And right now, as it stands, Phoenix is in the lead. See you in a sec. Which aisle is it on? Oh, I need to find a battery really quick. If I don't, I can't get out of here. And my tornado is going to be stuck. Poor little tornado. Oh, man. Does any place here have the batteries? I don't see... There they are! Yes! These are all the batteries. I only need just one. I think I can grab this AC Delco battery. This is perfect! And it even has a great price, too. At VRChat Kmart, you can get a 12-volt car battery for only $99.99, especially during this great season of deals and steals. So what are you waiting for? Head on down to Kmart and get yourself an AC Delco battery today.
Kmart, the saving place.
Welcome back, everybody, to Jeopardy! We now have a new third contestant who is filling in for Pup Cobalt. Hash T Storm, who is a hedgehog. Go ahead and tell us a bit about yourself, mate.
Hey everyone, Hasty Storm. Just a local Thunder Hedgehog, just making his way and would like to play game shows. I'm just here for fun.
All right, well, welcome to the program. Phoenix over here has been dominating this so far at $1,600. And it's funny, though, because before we started, you actually have a Canadian flag in there, but you've actually done pretty good with the U.S. territory category so far.
I'll be honest. I figured that some of the U.S. landmark answers would have been a little more like obscure and local, like to smaller towns. But I'm surprised that they managed to throw in some of the more iconic ones.
Well, sometimes that happens, mate. But so far you're in the lead. Adorable Dalmatian over here, who is looking like a buff Bonnie from Five Nights at Freddy's. I know that you've been doing quite a few game shows, Dalmatian. Which one is technically your favorite to do?
I literally don't care about. I don't know. I guess I'm not really.
Well, you're probably locked into the game. So everybody, go ahead and grab your buzzers because we're about to continue here in the first round. Phoenix, you answered the last question right. Select again for the remaining stuff we have on the board.
Let's give that untouched category a try. So potent for 100, please.
Potent potables, answer there. This 19th century Philadelphia distiller's name became slang for liquor. Anybody? Want to buzz in? We were looking for booze on that one. Booze. Phoenix, select again.
U.S. landmarks for 300, please.
Answer there. From the Spanish for cottonwood, the site where Jim Bowie and Davy Crockett died. Anybody have a guess? Yeah, it looks
I
like
wouldn't know.
looks like some of you. We can get the times up buzzer there. Prime. Uh-oh.
We lose them?
Uh-oh. Hang on a sec. Let me see what happened in the control room. Stand by.
Uh-oh.
Don't tell me Prime Crash.
He might have. Let me double check. Trying to see if I can see him, but the walls are too thick. Plus, he closed off the other ones, so I bet you he did.
Well, if he did crash, I wouldn't see the notification.
Well, let me see what it says on my end here. It says he's still in the room. It says he's still in, but for some reason he's not responding to this one. But we'll go ahead and say this, since the sound didn't go off. We were looking for the Alamo on that one. So now, here's what we're going to be doing. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now seeing...
Oh, I think he's back.
Oh, yes? Are we back? Alright, Prime, are we back? Prime?
I thought I just heard him get back on his mic.
Yeah, I don't understand it. Let's see.
Wait.
There. Okay.
Nope, that's
Prime, are
definitely
you
him.
back? Prime, are you back? Prime.
That's not Prime. That's Eli's mic.
Oh, Christ.
Okay. I'm just getting confused.
All right, then
Oh
here's what we're
wow!
gonna do.
Thanks for throwing me under the bus.
All right, then
Oh
here's what we're gonna
shit!
do.
I didn't even see him.
All right, well here's what we're gonna do, everybody. So, ladies and gentlemen who are viewing at home, we're gonna go to an emergency break here. When we come back, we'll figure out what's going on. So stick around, everybody. We'll be right back. Bonjour, I am Antoine Ducoulette. If you are a dog who was promised to go out to a WALK or an RIDE and ended up at the vet having a thermometer shoved up your bum, your legs microwaved, and also to a shot in your back end as well, you might be entitled to compensation. Every day, millions of dogs, Tatums, Foxies, Rexiums, and other four-legged characters that belong into the canine families have all had this happen. If you or a loved one had a thermometer shoved up your bum without the written consent, or had your legs microwaved without your knowledges, or had a pill wrapped up in cheese and bacon, then you are entitled to compensation. Call the number on the bottom of the screen to speak to a lawyer. Who knows, you might be able to get over $10,000 in compensation, possibly $50,000 if you ended up getting sedated and being on drugs and ended up on TikTok, YouTube, Facebooks, Snapchats, or even MySpace, if that's still a thing. Remember, call the number on the screen, and you might be entitled to compensation. Ladies and gentlemen, I am very sorry. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very sorry about what happened. Unfortunately, we have lost our third contestant, so that means we only have two contestants here, due to actually a crash. Now, I cannot see their scores over here, but I do know that Phoenix is in the lead, and so we are going to restart the second. What did I do wrong?
Nothing. It was just an
Okay.
epic fail.
I know, like I am. So right now, Dalmatian's going to go first as we take a look at the new categories for this. We have ballet. We'll test your vocabulary. We'll also give you things in simple terms, known as SIM in quotation marks. Literary creatures, Toontown, and finally retailers. All right. So adorable Dalmatian. I remember that you had $100, so you get to select first in the new Double Jeopardy. So where are we going now?
Yeah, fuck. It's simple for 200.
Okay, simple for 200. The answer there. A figure of speech where two unlike things are compared.
Oh God.
Dalmatian and
I'm
Phoenix? Phoenix, you buzzed in just before the buzzer.
What is comparing apples to oranges?
No. Not that. Dalmatian? Remember, the category has SIM in quotation marks. We're looking for a simile. Dalmatian, select again.
the same category for 4.
Answer there. To cook slightly, just below boiling temperature. Dalmatian.
What is simmer?
Correct. You're on the board.
Same category for 600.
Answer there. A program that replicates conditions of something. Dalmatian again.
What is a simulator?
Correct. Select again.
Same category, 800.
Answer there. A chimpanzee, a gorilla, or a tamarin, for example. Anybody?
God.
Phoenix.
What is a simian?
Correct. All right, select again.
All right. Let's do two town for 200.
Okay, answer there. The Simpsons. Dalmatian.
What is Springfield?
Correct. Select again.
Same category, 400.
The Flintstones. Dalmatian.
What is Bedrock?
Correct. Select again.
Same category, 600.
Answer there. SpongeBob SquarePants. Phoenix.
What is Bikini Bottom?
Correct.
Let's go retailers for 200.
Answer there. Oh, it's a daily double. All right. So you have $3,000. All right, you have $3,000, Phoenix. How much of it do you want to wager? Do you
No, it's too late.
Let's just do the 1,000.
1,000? Okay, here is the clue. The clue's not showing up for me. Oh, here we go. Oh, wait. All right. Okay, it's right here. Here it is. All right, so for 1,000, here it is. This Seattle-based chain declared it would do away with plastic straws in all of its 28,000 stores by 2020.
What is McDonald's?
No, we were looking for Starbucks, so that takes you down to 2,000, but you're still in the lead. Go ahead and select.
Let's do retailers for 400.
Answer there. In 2017, this drugstore chain sold 2,000 stores to Walgreens. Dalmatian. Oh, wait a second. Dalmatian buzzed in before. So Dalmatian.
What is CVS?
No, not CVS. Phoenix, you got anything?
No.
Okay. In fact, right now this chain is actually filing for bankruptcy. What is Rite Aid? Phoenix, select again.
I wouldn't know that. Vocabulary for 200, please.
Answer there. This word for... Wait, we already did that one. Why do we have the... I think we have the same one up here. Did we already do this one?
We did, yeah.
Yes, but since we have new categories,
Oh,
we're just
got it.
go through this
Thank you.
one anyway.
Okay, that's fine. The word for a permanent design made on the skin is of Polynesian origin. Phoenix.
What is tattoo?
Correct. Select again.
Vocabulary for 400, please.
Answer there. A quint has at least this many siblings. Phoenix.
What is that quintuplet?
No.
Oh.
Dalmatian? Nothing? What is 4? Phoenix, select again.
Oh, I thought vocabulary. I thought it would never work. Let's do literary creatures for 200.
Answer there. Two of the main characters in Orwell's Animal Farm, Napoleon and Snowball, were these. Phoenix.
What are pigs?
Correct. Select again.
Literary creatures 400.
Answer there. In Marjorie Sharp's The Rescuers, Miss Bianca is a kind of this animal. Dalmatian or Phoenix? What is a white mouse? We also would have accepted what is a mouse. Phoenix, select again.
Let's do ballet for 200.
Answer there. In South America, a bishop. In ballet, a skirt. Dalmatian.
What is a tutu?
Correct. Select again.
Let's retailer 6.
Answer there. In 2009, service was no longer state of the art at the last brick and mortar stores of this. I'm sorry. Let me try it again because I got tripped up on a word. In 2009, service was no longer state of the art at the last brick and mortar stores of this alternative electronics chain. Phoenix.
What is Radio Shack?
No. Dalmatian. Dalmatian.
They're looking for what is Circuit City.
Correct. That's the one we're looking for. Select again.
Okay.
Let's finish that one category up.
Okay. Here's the clue. This Industries has more than 2,700 stores of donated items. Phoenix or Dalmatian? Dalmatian.
What is Goodwill?
Correct. And you're in the race lead, by the way. Go ahead and take us to a new category.
Toontown 8.
Answer there. Family Guy. Phoenix.
What is Quahog?
Correct. Select.
Creatures for 600.
Answer there. He was called a bear of very little brain. Who was Winnie the Pooh on that one? Phoenix, you're in control still.
Let's do ballet for 400.
Answer there. The Royal Danish Ballet was founded in this capital city in 1748. Nobody? Interesting. We were looking for Copenhagen. Phoenix, you select again.
Vocabulary for 600.
Answer there. Term for a dog's snout or a device that fits over it to prevent biting. Dalmatian.
What is a muzzle?
Correct. And you know what? I find it kind of funny how your name is Adorable Dalmatian and you got that dog question right. I think that was really adorable. Select again.
Oh my gosh. You did not just say that. Toontown 1000.
Answer there. The Powerpuff Girls. Phoenix.
That would be, what is the city of Townsville?
Correct. You get to select again.
It's funny how
cre-
I... Never mind.
Alright. Phoenix, go ahead.
Creatures for 800.
Answer there. In a Jim Gellard novel, Champion Sylvester's Boy, an Irish settler, is better known as this.
What?
Yeah, the wording on this one tripped me up too, but what is Big Red we're looking for? Phoenix, you're still in control.
Let's do vocab for 800.
Answer there. Vocab for 800. Here it is. A type of crane or a type of cough. Dalmatian or Phoenix? What is a whooping cough or a whooping crane? Phoenix, select again. We still got a minute
Never
left.
heard of that. Never heard of Whooping Crane, but let's do literary creatures for 1,000.
Answer there. Animal who wanted to talk of shoes and ships and sealing wax, of cabbages and kings.
What?
What is the walrus or Jamie Heineman? Phoenix, select again.
How would we know that? We don't know.
Well, Phoenix, select again.
I'll do simple terms for 1,000.
Answer there. Something that happens at the same time. Phoenix.
Simultaneous. Or what is simultaneous?
Correct. That's right. All right. So let's go somewhere else.
Let's do vocabulary for 1,000.
Answer there. Oh, wait a minute. We're not going to see those final ones, but right now we have a really interesting battle here because Phoenix is in the lead with $4,200, and Dalmatian is in second place with $3,500, and they'll be going to the final Jeopardy round. Here is the clue. Famous quotes. You guys make your wagers, take a break, and come back with the final Jeopardy right after this. At Uncle Jack's Trinkets Emporium, you'll find all kinds of different retro things and antiques, and also other things to keep you going through life. Let me show you what we have. You can own your very own engine hoist for only $79.99. Or this Mobius exercise bike, now for only $129.99. Or you can own your very own skee ball machine. Ha-ha! You can own this for only $299.99. My prices are some of the best. You can barely believe that I'm the only antique store located right here in Mobius. So make sure you stop by to Uncle Chuck's Bargains. Because you know what? A bargain a day keeps Eggman away. Final Jeopardy is the name of the game, and they've all made their wagers. Now, here is the clue. Though Neil Armstrong says he uttered it, this word is missing from tapes of his famous quote. 30 seconds, players. Good luck. Everyone, I think, has seen this quote before, but let's see who has. Dalmatian, you were in second place with $3,500. You came up with. Did he die?
No, I didn't die.
All right. Well, what did you come up with for your response?
I didn't put anything.
Okay, so you didn't put anything, and you wagered 1,000, taking you down to 2,500. Our leading man here, Phoenix. Let's see what he put down in his response. He put down. Did it show anything? It's not showing anything, is it? You didn't put down anything, Phoenix?
I put down what is one small step.
Well, unfortunately,
one step for man.
Well, unfortunately, that not be the case. We were actually looking for what is A. So there's no A in there. Your wager, $2,000. It drops you down to 2,200, which also means that Adorable Dalmatian is the winner tonight at $2,500. So way to go, Adorable Dalmatian, and thank you all so much for joining us here for this very special episode. We'll see you guys next time on Super Password. Until then, so long, everybody.
You said super password.